Dawn of a new day. So many hours remain. I can actually pull up how many hours there are left. Days till there's a site. Yeah, here it is. Countdown to 2022. So okay, here we go. Dawn of a new day. 8,740 hours till next year. It's surprising how small of a number that is. So yeah, dawn of a new day. Let's actually, let me get better music here. Give me a sec. Yeah, this is the stuff. No, this is more mystical. I'm trying to find. Oh, just do this one. Actually, wait, this is not the one I want. Beep, 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 beep. Here it is. This one's really adorable. I finished the Hat in Time DLC, so it's been great. But yes, excuse me. It is a new year, and with that, I need to keep my own promises of studying anatomy and stuff for the next upcoming year that comes in. So yes, it's gonna be interesting for sure. Now, now definitely, last year was pretty busy at times. Hi player, you're just gonna lurk? Alright. Last year was, pretty busy for a multitude of reasons. I mean, like, I was working on the game jam. Like, it was only 3 days, but it was still very busy. There was also, a ton of art projects to do. The Let's Play that is now on hiatus. And of course, streaming. A lot of stuff happened. And things are only gonna get busier because I need to work on another game. This time not in the 3-day limit, but another game, which means it has to be quote unquote finished. Of course, art again. I don't know if Bug Fables will come in this year, but if the state of the world is a little bit better and school starts up for my siblings, then that will make a return. And not only that, there is a potentially, I do not want to say exactly, but there's a potentially as well a job I might be able to get. Minimum wage, which sucks, but what you're gonna do, right? So finally I can actually afford things and not rely on commissions. But with all of that said, it is time to start to do the draw, and I hope I didn't charge my pen before this, and I hope it it lives this entire time, because it's going to suck. All right. Well, drawing time. I also added a little text. This has been empty for a while, Twitter. I want to eventually put in a little, like, here's Twitter, here's Pixviv, here's YouTube and stuff, but I'll do that later. I didn't have time, so I'm just gonna put Twitter for now. Alright, well, I need to figure out how to have reference here, because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm gonna say this outright here, even though like no one's here. If you notice that usually my sketch, my drawing stream is drawing is usually like that. Like this later, you have these black stuff, which is, the empty space, and then this is the actual canvas. But if you notice, there's always seems to be extra space on the right. Well, that's where I put my reference. Like I do have a reference up here, and I will have a reference, but it's just kind of, it's always in the way, I guess. I'll try to move it out of the way so it's not, it's not more of one side to the other, but it's just something to mention since it's been a while since drawing. La 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 la. Ah man, this music. So yeah, the Head in Time DLC, it is pretty amazing, and not as amazing as like, oh man, this sells the game even more so. It's more like, well, they are great levels. They are especially great levels. That is a fact. They are amazing levels. Oh my god, I really fell in love when, like, not fell in love, but like I was kind of in awe, being like, whoa, look at all this stuff, when I entered the DLC levels. But I'll admit, maybe the final boss could have been a little better. I wish could have fought the final boss instead of what we got, but whatever, it's fine. It's all, the music is still pretty nice, and overall, I think it was a good DLC. Now, of course, I didn't. How much is it actually? Time Nuska DLC shopping. Oh, it's only like $5, is it? Huh, okay. Okay, so assuming I spent $5 on it, I would say it was worth it. There was lots of good content in there. Alright, well, let's start this. There's a pose here. I also have, what's this book called? Andrew Loom's figure drawing for all it's worth, I think it's what it's called, which I'm gonna be using to just basically just draw, just sketch, make anatomy, and hope it works. I don't know if this pencil's gonna be a good idea though. Ooh, that I like. Maybe that's too big though. It's just something about this music just gets me. I was trying to find out what this music was, but finally found it, and man, there's a part. This is the one I keep humming. It's very similar to Gusty Garden Galaxy from Super Mario Galaxy, and na 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 na. Yeah, like you can recognize it, but it like holds itself back, and that's just interesting. I don't know if I should put the music lower or something, but I also want to put in a little bit more calm music instead of action-y theme, because again, it is just drawing, so it doesn't need too much. What's the song here? It has a beat, but it's calm. Hopefully volume is everything is all good. Alright. Okay, that's a shoulder. I made way too little room for this. I'm probably gonna do like these studies. In my head, I'm thinking like I'll do it for a month until I'm satisfied. But then like if I'm not satisfied, then I guess I'll do them more, but like less frequently to do other art. I also do want to start sketching the Choho girls. This is gonna be the first though. I'm trying to get like the general body done and stuff and everything, and then yeah, like thinner. Leg is hot dog. She's sitting at some seat here. I'm not gonna draw it though. Actually, that doesn't show the back of the seat, it just shows the... yeah. La 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 la. Man, I don't know how to explain this better, and I don't know if I should talk considering this is studies, and that might interfere with stuff. But Hand Time is great, but it's a great mess. But it's still great on its own as well. It's kind of confusing, I know. But the way I see Hand in Time is like it's a fun game, definitely fun, but it's definitely a mess with its story and like setting and characters and everything, literally everything else. It's still a fun game. It's a great platformer, but it's at the point where telling a really like deep, like a pretty, you know, heartfelt story is kind of really hard because of how kind of goofy the game takes itself a lot of the time. That's not right. And it's weird because the game does take itself not seriously, but like in a different tone at other times. Ah, arm. Like the of course there's the horror part of the game, but even like the ending and some of the villains, other than, you know, Queen Vanessa, is always kind of like in a joke state, you know. I forgot who was the cat, the main villain in Metro Station, Metro Station or whatever. Forgot her name, but like I like that her demeanor is okay. Actually, that brings me to another point entirely. The very easy mess with the game and its characters is look at what's it called? Take a look at Hat Kid herself, as Hat Kid actually kind of has two personalities if you didn't realize. Oh, I'm not following this right. Hang on. I gotta follow the bones. The bones. The bones. Okay, so like take a look at Hat Kid in a lot of the cutscenes and stuff, she's kind of seen as a very cute, harmless girl. She's scared sometimes, but she's willing to help out someone when, you know, it's not about stealing the timepieces for a little bit. You know, she's good friends with Mustache Kid. Yeah, a lot of the kind of little scenes with Hat Kid is really the, you know, kind of adorable. She has to do what she has to do. She's not really that mean or anything. She's just like, even the ending where all the evil guys and stuff were like, hey, come back, you know, there's more stuff we gotta do. She's like, nah, I need to go home. And like that's fair, you know, she's a kid, might as well, right? She does shed a tear, but she is, you know, needs to go home. Well, if you actually look in the in her diary, her character is really different. She actually has Hat Kid has like a very different personality if you read the diary. Oh, hi Renzi. Happy New Year officially to everyone. It's dawn of a new day. Only 8,740 hours until next year. Or remain. I was going for the Legend of Zelda bit, damn it. How are you, Renzi? I was just talking to myself about Hat Kid's personality in Head in Time being a mess, as well as the as like all the other characters, but like in like Ahead in Time, Hat Kid has two personalities. Like one of them is the very cute side you get in cutscenes. I just woke up. Ooh, hope you had a good sleep. It is afternoon at this point. I'll be going to sleep soon in a few hours. That is not how a back should be, or how the muscle back should be. Here we go. Flip this around. Cold, comfy sleep. Same. I mean, I have a heater, but I don't leave it on the night because, like, what's the point? I just turn it on when I wake up. Because, like, again, like, what's the point, you know? Well, Mike's stream. Yep, Mike. I know it's probably not a good idea for studies, but I want to like talk and stuff to not be completely bored out of my mind, and plus, you know, I will talk about like art and like what I'm trying to do and everything. Like right now, I'm just trying to draw the skeleton bone structure and failing horribly. Okay, I'm still gonna look since I'm not feeling well. Oh, you got sick or something? Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Amadou Yumi. Oh, yeah, I was also drawing her. Hang on, runs. I have the line art, but I don't have the color yet. I'm gonna color it later. I thought I can get it done before stream, but nah, that couldn't happen. There is also so yeah, about Hat Kid again. Yeah, her personality is way different if you read the diary. I've said that in the cutscene she's not really a brat, she's just like a little small child, really innocent and everything, just trying to get home and everything, getting her power pieces and leaving. In the diary, she is actually a bit of a jerk. She actually does not like the people she meets up with, according to her diary. She always complains about them, and I'll give you an example. I think in Mafia Town, she gets annoyed by Mustache Kid and the Mafias, but like she eventually is like, man, like she's like, man, hope I don't get to see her again or something like that. And then for the conductor and DJ Grooves, She actually kind of doesn't enjoy the conductor as much, calling him old-fashioned and everything. And for DJ Groove, she actually is like very favorite to him because he's gonna make her into a star and she likes the idea. Subcon Forest is where the brattiness really takes off, where she complains a lot to Snatcher, especially his in his chapter of the fight, where she complains like, "Ugh, this guy! I can't believe I do all his jobs and then he tries to fight me." And like, and it's the only thing of what she says in the beginning and then later, because she says she's like, at the beginning she's like, "Man, I'm finally glad I get to leave." And then when she talks about how Snatcher is preventing her from coming back, she's like, "Well, he can't stop me, so whatever." And that's such a contrast to what she writes in the contract, which is really adorable and cute. Alpine Airlines really don't have a big difference. It's that's kind of actually the same. It's not a huge deal of what she says there. Let's do another body. What's another pose here? Ooh, this is an interesting angle. Yeah, I'll definitely try to do this. I think I'll also draw like if it was an anime, just a sketch version, to see how it turns out. So Alpine is not really that big of a deal. I don't know about Seal Deal. I don't have that DLC, sadly. I only have the Metro. And then I think she is very distasteful of what Mustache Kid does in the final fight, and she's like, "Man, can't believe that she stole my timepieces and like got it all back. Like, doesn't this place have enough lava already?" and stuff like that. So she's really bratty in the diary, despite her cutscene. And the one that shows kind of the brattiness versus cuteness is, I believe, if I remember correctly, even though it's been like it's just been like a day, the cat lady that runs the gang in the DLC for well, I forgot what the place was called already. For the Metro stations, she is actually in the cutscene. She's actually really afraid of her. But in the books, she's kind of just annoyed and ready to just bail. And I don't think she even mentions of how she's kind of like worried. I think, though she might. Oh right, she expresses that like she's done being in this like terrible place, despite her excitement with you know, the trains and everything. She's like really excited when one of the cat trains go by, and just as well, she is very afraid of the cat lady when she shows up, despite not giving a care in the world in the diary, which is again weird, but whatever. But yeah, that's an example of like how the characters in Hat in Time is just kinda always off in a sense, because they don't ever feel complete, I guess I should say. Their motivations is always kind of off, and they have like a couple of other character. Like one of the big themes that I thought the game was going into, but I guess like everyone kind of didn't get because of how kind of off it, I keep saying kind of a lot, how off everything was with the characters, is the entire joke or the entire like meaning of the story was we have Hat Kid entering in situations with quote-unquote bad guys. I think I said it in share stream when we were racing. you know, Hat Kid gets into these situations with quote unquote bad guys, and then she does things for them, you know, gets betrayed, backstab, whatever, and then fights them off and takes a timepiece. But the villains still treat Hat Kid kinda well. For example, Mafia Town, despite you, I guess, killing the Mafia boss, and also the Mafia men not being very favored towards Hat Kid sometimes, she did help them, you know, not have their island on fire or in lava. And I know it is for a timepiece, but it's no doubt aware that that Mafia Town is kind of grateful for her help to stop that, because anyone was going to do anything like that, you know. The same thing with the conductor and DJ Grooves with the movie. She helps both sides because they're both giving her timepieces, yes, but they're also grateful that they're trying to make this movie and she's part of the star, even if they're technically not paying her. There was something else. Right. Subcon Forest, Snatcher, like, really wanting to, you know, curse her or whatever, and then giving up by the end, you know, leave, never come back after being beaten, and then Hat Kid coming back anyway because now she wants to stay because Snatcher doesn't want her there, and she's just like annoyed. But they still, in the ending, you can see them, you know, that's the thing. In the ending, they all want her, which is the whole point, you know, that like, hey, these are, oh, music ended. This is good music too, but I want to pick something else. All right. So, yeah, they all, if you remember the ending and everything, yeah, it's all, you know, these villains, they hate Mustache Kid more and not Hat Kid. And again, Hat Kid's only doing this to get her timepieces back. But yeah, but even still, Hat Kid also still sees the villains as their friends, because, you know, if you walk into the place and then leave when Mustache Kid says you're free to go, she is sad and then is cheered up by her, you know, friends. So she goes back and you're given a second option to go ahead and fight her back. Which was what I did in the race of me and Chair Stream. So the whole thing is, you know, like, these were villains. They betrayed, they attacked, they did a lot of bad stuff to Hat Kid, yet they still end up being friends. And it's kind of weird still, because, you know, that's not what a lot of people took from the game. I mean, yeah, everyone likes the conductor and like drawing everyone and everything, and they're all good, fine, and everything. But I don't know if anyone really feels like this game had a message of, you know, how your enemies can become friends, you know. I wonder how there's a leg in this reference that like goes over here, but I don't know if it's this leg or the other leg. It's probably this leg. This would feel more natural. Yeah. So it would be like here's the bone and just goes up. So yeah, I guess this would make sense. The other leg would also make sense, but it would crunch up the body more, and that's not what the pose is doing, so. This one it is. I hope, at least. La, la, and there's another army here that I have to draw. Undertale. Another game that is discussed about, even still, despite there being no reason to discuss about. I don't know if it's just me, but I like discussing things with no real intention to solve or like really, you know, fulfill anything, if that makes sense. Like, I like to have discussions where really there is no visible confusion, but it's just interesting to talk about because it's not something you would normally talk about and really think about, you know? But there's a lot of times where people will discuss about something that is kind of obvious, but it's still, like, for some reason captures everyone's attention. There's a lot of people still talking about Undertale to, you know, be like, is this game really as great as it is, as it was released or anything? Or how has the fandom been treating Undertale or whatever? And it's like, it doesn't matter. That's not interesting because the answer is yes, the game is still fun despite what the internet has done to it and made you believe. Despite its popularity, it's still a fun game. Even if you don't consider its story the best in the world, it is still a fun game with a really interesting plot and with interesting characters, all inspired by Mother. Yeah. I like to discuss some other interesting things, like the hat kit thing I said, how it's like a bit of a mess, and like how the characters keep switching back and forth because it's not something that's talked about that much. Another thing is something like Yume Nikki, how that game has just been kind of not a mystery. I'm sure there's like, it's interesting to know like how much information and also how little information we have about that game, you know? We quote-unquote know the creator, we quote-unquote know how it was created and its updates. I tried to see if I can find, I wanted to try to find the forum of when the game was made, you know? When the game was posted, what did people say about it? That's something that I was always interested in. And I'm sad I still could not find anything about it because it's like, what happened to it, you know? What did people say when it came out? Were people freaking out? Were people were like, man, this is a good idea? Or were people be like, oh man, this is like so terrible, like why would you even make this or whatever, you know? It's something that it's like I wish I can see, but I don't know where to even look at this point because it's just kind of gone, not also gone, but also just it's kind of unfeasible to look at, you know? Like, you can't really look at that far of a past, usually sometimes. And considering that it was released for Japanese users and everything, even that is a bit hard to find and everything. And it's interesting, but I understand if it's like the archive of that is gone now, because yeah. Like I said, with any game and stuff, it's not considered the golden age until it's over, and then at that point, nothing of value was kept because no one knew it was valuable to begin with. And that's why I value everything, at least as much as I can. And I don't mean something like hoarding everything, but I mean like data stuff, you know? In the Minecraft server, I encourage everyone to have to place down signs to whatever they build or just randomly whenever they want to, just because it's something to keep in mind. Like, a piece of history is now in the world, and it probably won't ever be destroyed until someone comes in and destroys them all, and then we'll hate each other. But until then, even that would be like, if we find like let's say like signs were destroyed and it was unrecoverable, then it would be a time where we would find a sign and be like, man, this was like, you know, from that era, and then we'll be like back in this year, and like, how did this sign survive and everything, you know? Yeah. This chin is really hard. Thank you. That is a lot better. Oh man, I'm sleepy. Okay, their face is the trickiest part because it's a lot smaller than it seems. Which that is the problem. So it seems like the face goes there, the eyes are like in this pattern, but like the hands are also kind of blocking the eyes. So when I draw this, I'm gonna have like hands be here instead, a little bit bigger. Yeah. Well, it completely covers that, so it's gonna be more like here. And then this hand is gonna be like around the nose area. So if like this is around the nose area, then it has to be like right here. La, 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 la. I was talking about Undertale and I forgot that Undertale was playing. And some music was playing, I didn't even realize it. Ah, man. Legs hurt. Need to, I don't know, probably exercise them more or something. Alright, so nose is like right here. That's kind of covered up by the, like, this is where the nose goes, and like this is where the eye is supposed to be, but like it's weird. There's like a gap, like there, you can't visibly see the eye at all. It's just like this part is just like complete shaded, like you can't see any of the eye. That's weird. Shoix, how are you doing? Happy New Year. It's dawn of the first day. Dawn of the first day. Only 8,740 hours to go, or remain till next year. Just came out of the VR chat session with lame people. Oh, the yeah, you guys were doing the VR chat session. I want to join in someday. I didn't want to today, of course, though, because I wanted to start doing the drawing stream. And I'm making preparation to stream a duck game session tomorrow. Ooh. Can't wait till like we can get an SRB2 cart session. That'd be great. And then I also got to start figuring out how to stream Splatoon. Considering that's gonna be a thing, and I don't know how I'm gonna stream that. I don't know how I'm gonna stream that. I was thinking something stupid from when Chair. I'm moving the mic. That's probably making a lot of sound, but the Splatfest was coming, and I had an idea that Chair gave me from the Hand in Time stream. Still got to plan on SRP2. Yeah. That's gonna be a hassle, but it will be fine. I'm assuming it's gonna be fine. I don't know if I should draw a realistic eye or not. I'm just gonna draw an anime eye. I'm just learning. We'll do. You know what? We'll do an easier thing. Perfect. That works. And then here you have, like, I can tell she's smiling, but it's covered up, so there you go. So I need to figure out a way to record the television, but it's like a hang television, and there's not something evened out to really, you know, hold the phone in place, looking at it straight. So I'm thinking probably I'm gonna have to. The other idea was having it in docked mode, and that would be terrible because not only would the quality be terrible aside from the phone camera quality, but even worse with the with me playing not being able to see that small. So that's gonna be interesting. I was thinking of making the Yuto Ichika character mod to surprise chair, but even though there is a maker for it, even though there was a like a little program to help you make them easier instead of doing it manually, of course, I still was like, I don't know any of this stuff. I don't think I'm willing to learn another program for another little thing that is never gonna be used again. Like the VTuber model. I still want to make a new one, but it's just a hassle. And it doesn't even look good. It has some errors and everything, and it's hell. So I need to figure something out. Plus, even though it was fun to use it, I don't know if it's willing to be used all the time and be considered a VTuber when really this streaming has really mostly just been for fun. Okay, so I know what this head is much smaller. Because God, that's small. And now it's just like right around here. At least the gap for it anyway. Oh yeah, I need to also turn on the light. Give me a sec. Light is turned on. I can now see. Ooh, I found something on Twitter that I need to write it down because that would be useful for later. Give me a quick... What is this thing? Ooh. Okay, sorry. I just had to... Something caught my eye and I needed to do it really quick. Alright. I'm just checking to see. I'm very happy with a lot of new drawings for the new year. It's that's always a blessing to show up whenever like it's something like, I think it's the cow or something, right? And there's a cow Toho and like everyone's drawing her. Well, I guess not everyone is drawing her, but like there are a lot of artists that are drawing her because they're like their favorite characters. Like, well, you know, that's a lot more art of this character that's gonna happen. Of course, Every is drawing Yumuri. So am I. I'm not innocent on this. I'm also drawing her because why not, right? Christopher Jones and a new cowgirl from Game of Fantasy. Yeah, a lot of cowgirls. Ancient Grand. That's a lot of it. That's going to be a lot of interesting art that's going to show up soon on my timeline, and it's going to be amazing. Ah, man, why can't Paris be popular at least? There's no Year of Paris or anything. I would love to have a Year of Paris. That'd be beautiful. Have everyone just draw. Or a Month of Paris even. I'm already seeing a lot on Twixer and Twitter. Twixer. On Twitter and Pixiv. Yeah, I've seen a few here and there. I don't follow too many Touhou artists, but I follow a big majority of them, so I do see it pop up here and there. Why does this look like... Wait, what bone is that supposed to be? It's just supposed to be the back? That is confusing. Alright, different music now. I want calm, but still, you know, energizing in a way, without it being too rock and rolly, I guess. That's what we'll do. House at Touhou arrangements. Oh yeah. I was going off of my music list, but let's try that. Jesus, an hour. Hyper the house set of Willy Beast and Weakest Creatures. I think that's at the end, isn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna go with Scarlet Devil first. I'm too confined to 6 because I'm a weakling. I haven't played. Well, I have played the one with racing in it, but I need to someday play all the others. Don't know when, but maybe the world will give me a sign when that time is to come. There's no film just yet. Only stage 3. So it's in the works. Wait, when was this released? This was released in 2012. I would have assumed like the album was already completed, but then again with new Touhou games, I guess it will never be completed as long as there's the more Touhou games. So, never mind, I guess. The first album is Mountain of Faith. Yeah, it's in order. And Mountain of Faith came first, but I chose Scarlet Devil Mansion because I'm just used to that one more. I know I shouldn't be, but I'm just used to that music, and it's like, yeah, might as well this one for the first to see how good their stuff is. This is very bumpy. That is a little bumpy, but not as much. I think that's enough. Like all this is just clothing. I can probably recreate the clothing, but I want to try getting the anatomy right as well. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Man, I don't know. 6 definitely has some nostalgic stuff to it, but I think no, wait, it's not 7. 8, the one with racing in it, has probably my favorite music. It just, I don't know, it's just something about, well, also 6 as well, or also 7, but I think 8 really exploded in that. That's just what I attempted to listen to the entire Touhou soundtrack, so I'm not that often saying that. I do have some merits. I have listened to almost all of them. I tried to listen to an entire playlist. It was a lot of videos, or a lot of music, but I would say 8 is one of my favorites in terms of certain songs. But a lot of Touhou's music is great, so. Really, if there's one that isn't your doesn't strike your fancy, there's like 100 others that are. It's also strange telling Toho music to my father, who likes music as well but doesn't know anything about video game music, to explain to him how important Toho music is to people. Like, the fact that there's so many remixes and covers and stuff about Toho Project, and to explain to him like these are these people's like jobs at times, you know, that they make these content over and over again, like what makes the song so enjoyable to keep remixing them over and over again. And it's like, it's hard to kind of explain that to him when in the regular music world it's just, oh, you make a song, it's good, and then that's kind of it. Maybe a remix here and there, but unless it has a significance, it really doesn't happen that much, you know? I guess, anyway. I guess also the lack of, not lack of copyright, but like the freedom of not having that big of a copyright system kind of also helps too. There's a bumpy beats. Wait till you hear House of Sets. Jesus. I might put on other music after, but we'll see how far. I don't know if you know this, Renzi, about me, but like I can't. A lot of like art streamers will have like a playlist of music going. I am the complete opposite. I actually will listen to music on loop for as long as it keeps me entertained until I try to go to another tune. Like I would find a tune, and if it gets me like in the flow, then I keep that playing for like the entire time. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, but the problem is a lot of the music is hang on. A lot of it is sometimes Yume Miki music, which is just ambience. And yeah, I listen to this for hours. So if I don't stick to a song, it's weird. I don't know why I'm trying so hard on fingers, but you know, it's practice, so might as well, right? I don't know what is it about me in terms of why music is addicted to me as I did, but there will be always one track someday that I just start getting like addicted to, and I just hear over and over again, and I use that to study or do art or whatever. Like if I find a really good song, I can like have my focus on for hours. This is Finger Anatomy. Why are you so like this? There you go. Eye is kind of covered still. If I make it smaller or something. Change the eye position. Yeah. Here's another song actually that I've been getting into. The Rush. It is, if I can find the right one. The Hat in Time Rush Hour. Is it called Rush Hour? Yeah, it's called Rush Hour. This song was in my head because of that melody has just been replaying. Na, 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 na. I definitely I saved actually let me go save that playlist actually first. Boop. Okay. So that I can come back to it later. Okay. Now the arm. Na na na. I just something about this jingle just always gets me. It's kind of calming, but it's still tense in the game. It's weird. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I'm kind of shrinking. Maybe I did the arm a little too far as well, probably. A little too curved. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. Just back going kind of like, you know, like that, and then neck. Well, you don't really see it because it's covered up. Ah, why do I suck so much? Shoulders like blocking the entirety of it. And that's what makes the back kind of do something like that. There you go. And then everything else I can't see because it's covered by cloth. I can't really do this with line art, which kind of sucks. I mean, you can, but it's hard and everything, and they... Plus, I think this should be a little shorter, so... No, not 5. That's a really deformed arm, Jesus, okay. Somewhere around there, because there's very little space of this. According to the reference. Oh, hail the reference that I somehow keep ignoring sometimes. Even my own sketch reference I end up ignoring, so it doesn't really work out too well, which sucks. I mean, I drew that. I drew the chair comic. The last stream we did on that chair comic, I drew it all in Sketch so I can like line art it. But the sketch turned out to be so good that I just kept it, even if it's not the correct brush. I mean, it works well. It still fits. It makes it look nice. Not a big problem, I guess. Even if it's kind of a lazy move instead. So, rip me, I guess. I guess it's just another lesson of don't rely too much on your sketch. You know, don't make the sketch picture perfect, because then you're wondering why the line art is so terrible. But it's hard. I need to know where to draw stuff and everything. Okay, it's not lazy if nobody finds out. I mean, you're right. But then again, I just said it. So now it is lazy, I guess. Is that Monica? Sorry. So, there's someone posted a picture of Animal Crossing and their flag is Monica. La 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 la. Hang on. I need to not accidentally get nude references. I know that helps a lot with anatomy, but considering this is Switch, you know, can't really go ahead and do that. Even though it's not showing, you never know when it accidentally, quote unquote, can end up being seen. Because, you know, the reference is in another window. But hey, it pays to be prepared. Or by not, whatever, taking any risk. That's a good pose here. Bam ba da da bam. Give me this pencil again. Okay. And you know, feel screen visible pretty much anywhere, so it never hurts to be too careful. Yeah. I keep drawing like the body so big and then stretch it down, so I gotta be like head, body, and then realize, oh, there's not enough room for the legs. So, you know, I can just draw like the entire body, like here's the legs, here's the body, here's the chest, and then here's the head. And that's a pretty good estimate afterwards. So I guess that can also work as a system. Just scribble around like a moron. There you go, new body. Hey. Bam ba da da da. Well, first of all, she's looking this way, so. Chin. Let's get the shape of the head. Might as well. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Oh, by the way, also, Komodo Kevin, hi, how are you doing? You're here now. I didn't realize. I didn't say anything. Happy New Year. And I'm gonna say it to everyone that joins in because I feel like it. Dawn of a new day. Only 8,739 hours remain of this year. There you go. Said it right this time. That's obviously true, I think. Ugh. Not sure that say it as well, to be honest. That's fair. It's not a big deal. I said Happy New Year to just the people that like are, you know, that are important to me. I didn't go. Well, I did say it on Twitter, but I didn't like DM every single person that was there, you know. The body's kind of, it's not tilted like that though. It's actually looking kind of straightforward. Oh man. Is this the puzzle? Yeah, this is the puzzle one. What else do I have here? Oh, when all doubt fails, shuffle. We already had that. That's a little too actiony. This is gonna make me too sleepy. Gonna arrange my art folder, making a separate folder for my commissioned artwork. Oh yeah, I totally did that. I transferred everything to a Google Drive and pretty much deleted all the art from this computer. And I don't mean just like completed artworks, I mean like work in progresses. I kept those just in case, or just for I know the layers or something. Like, you know, might as well, right? It's just memory that isn't going to be used, that isn't like scarce. Might as well use it properly, right? So yeah, pretty much everything that was in my art folder is now pretty much gone, and and now the only thing that's in there is this file, as well as the the Toho cow girl that I'm drawing. That will be uploaded probably tomorrow, if I finish the coloring and stuff, which is unlikely. But if it's the case, then it will be uploaded tomorrow. If not, it will be uploaded the next day. It will be uploaded over tomorrow. But yeah, I don't have like a separate folder for commissions. I just have like completed, work in progresses, and then like anything else, like doodles and stuff. Man, I miss this music. I wish this was in Bloons Tower Defense 6, but whatever, it's fine. It's not a huge deal. I was so glad for them for actually like moving to an app instead of keeping it on in Flash, because oh boy, this year would have really screwed them over. Fun fact, my old art folder is 565 megabits. The sweet taste of PNG. Yep. Ah man, it's file size. It's a good thing that like my Google Drive is still like, I put in an account that has unlimited storage, so it's not a big problem for that data. I didn't check to see how much memory you had though. So, rip. Oh, also though, Every time I'm reminded about PNGs and JPEGs, I still do not understand. I still think back to that teacher I had for 3D art class that wanted to grade our, like, he wanted us to take a screenshot in the 3D art program as, you know, beginner stuff or whatever. And it's still surprising to me that he requested it to be not in PNG but in JPEG. And I'm like, why? He was giving these lessons like, oh, JPEG is like the best. It's like the one you always have to use and stuff. And it's the one that, like, you know, all the stuff. I'm like, no. Concerning how, like, I've lived through being told use PNG for every reason possible and JPEG is terrible, I don't know why the teacher was going on about JPEG being superior. It was so weird, but it was clear to me that the teacher kind of didn't have much merit when it came to this kind of stuff. It was weird. It was definitely weird. But, I mean, in his defense, it was less file size, but it's not anything better than that because it's compression and that. Whatever. It was just a one-hand class I took anyway, so I wasn't gonna take more of his class. Even if I did decide to do more 3D, I'm not gonna take any more of his classes. Because, good lord, that was a class. MP3 is a JPEG of audio format. Oh, fuck, is it? Oh, wait, no. Hang on. Well, I do have MP3s when it came to, like, just small clips, but I think my audio... Hang on. My audio's WAV files. So I guess I'm in the clear for that. Trying to save his HDD space. Maybe there's something hidden in the work folder. Who knows? Who knows with these teachers, man? I didn't see this happening, nor I can confirm it, but... I was told that one of the Spanish teachers in my high school was being fired for some interactions with the high school girls. I was just told that. I didn't see anything though. I didn't see or like hear if it was confirmed or not. It was just like I heard some other guys talking about it and be like, huh, that's interesting. This was at the time, like, this was at a time where I didn't care what anyone was saying because I didn't bother gaining friends, and now I regret that action because now I need friends and I don't have any. Oh well. Actually, something else the 3D teacher guy did, he left all the computers on. Like he only turned them off, or no, he never turned them off. He just left it. He told us to always leave it in sleep mode. Like, I don't know why he said something about like turning off and on the power again wars the computer down or something, and like I guess that makes sense in a battery level. I didn't know enough computer science to know if that was true or not, but it was still kind of strange and also kind of panic inducing when because of habit I turned off the computer. And then I'm just like, oh fuck, no one saw that, right? And then I quickly turn it back on. And hopefully no one noticed that I accidentally turned off the computer. I hear stuff along these lines every now and then. Okay, so it is that. So I guess it is some worth of truth. I don't know if I should be doing that because I turn on the computer every day. But also leaving it, it's just the thought of leaving it in sleep mode all night. It's just like, isn't that also a waste of power? Like, I get leaving. Oh, what was that? Yeah, something about that. Like, if you keep turning off and turning on the computer, like, it wears down somehow. I don't remember the exact words he used. It was, all I remember was, like, he would rather make the computers go on sleep mode rather than to turn off and turn on the computers for every day of class. Yeah. I also didn't interact with the teacher that much. I think I've said this before, but I didn't talk to him much when it came to the assignments. I instead talked to the assistant he had, and she was really cute and everything, so I was more than pleased to talk to her than the teacher, than the quote-unquote teacher. How is that a doodle? Well, that is a doodle. That is very sketchy, but man, that is some nice anatomy. I should do some figure drawings. That would be better. Send poses. I'll draw them in 1 minute flat and see how that goes. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Touhou album for what's this guy called again? Silva Gunner was released. Apparently it was a joke that they wanted a Touhou album, and now it finally happened. And this song was made by the person who did the art, Lenox. I didn't know that he/she, I don't know who he is. Oh, it's a guy. I didn't know he made this track. And I was so surprised because it was one of my favorite tracks for a long time before even the album came out. There you go. I just wanted to set the heater. La 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 la. Oh, hi Cheaty Hot Beef. Happy New Year indeed. It is the dawn of the new day. There's only 8,739 hours left till next year. How are you gonna spend it? La 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 la. Man, this one was. Is it the best? I don't know. There might be. Someone might say like, oh no, this one was way better and stuff, but this one was one of my favorites. I don't know why. It was pretty. It sounded nice and everything, and it was really captivating to me. And then surprised to know that he was the one who made it. Looking at the album, you can see the artist of who made who, and it was surprising to see his name there. I had to go and ask and be like, "Wait, you made this? You made this one?" And he was like, "Yeah, I did." And I was like, "Man, that's my favorite one." And that was a nice conversation that lasted overall 2 seconds. La 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 la. I don't think you don't fight Flandre in Puppet Dance Performance unless that's a secret boss, and I might have missed it, or maybe that's coming later. I don't know. No spoilers. There's not much. There's not much leg, sadly. So, just gonna have to do that. Remember, kids, to do art, first you draw a sketch. Second, ignore the sketch and do line work. What else do I have here? Okay, let's go back to what Renzi sent to Housets. I'm the one who hates to do line art. Don't worry. Line art is kind of the most boring part when it comes to like drawing for me, honestly, because it's just like you're just kind of just refining and it's kind of annoying and everything. I enjoy sketch because it allows me to be messy and everything. I don't enjoy the yeah. And the only reason why I don't enjoy coloring as much is because it's simply because I don't understand it as much. I don't know how to color good. Like, you can see some really terrible sketches with really terrible anatomy, with really terrible line work, yet because the coloring is so good, it's considered a good... You look at it and be like, man, that's a good artwork. Even I have to admit it's good artwork because the coloring is done so well and stuff. But I can't do it when I draw, so... Mine has like all three combined being terrible. Is it a cat? Nice. How fitting, we were talking about Hat Times DLC of the cat stations. Time to commit cat crime. Do you want to commit cat crime? I love how... What is Hat in Time rated? It's rated like T or something, right? Because they wouldn't get away with that. You got a New Year's resolution? Nah, I don't, because... Oh yeah, it is rated T for T, Jesus. I don't, because usually it's hard to keep. I do an opposite thing where if there's a bad habit, I would say this is the last year I'll be doing this, you know? Like, this new, I guess you can say this New Year resolution is to study art. Well, I'm studying art. I'm gonna be doing this for a while on stream until I'm satisfied with the progress, and then I'll start doing regular arts. So I guess you can say that is the resolution. Other than that, it's always to get better, no matter what. Don't need to wait a year for that. Line art is one time I spend the most. Just takes so long. Something with line art because freak line weights. Yeah, my line weights. Everyone. Everyone. Hey. Oh. I'm banning Renzi. Renzi is now banned. No one talk to him. He's putting to the timeout corner. La 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 la. Wait, this sounds familiar. Hang on, this sounds familiar. Does it still exist? So, is it in my liked videos? Please? Yeah, this is the same song. Okay. So this was taken from that. Oh yeah, okay, it is House of Eosa D. Wow, I had this in my like list for so long, but I didn't know it belonged in an album. Yeah, they're the same song. This one's just quieter because I set the volume quieter, probably. That's cool. That's a bit of history that now is completed. I think this one's a little less quality than this one. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Oh well. I think. I don't know. But that's interesting. I had that in my likes list and listened to it all the time back then, all like years ago. And it's weird to be like, oh, that came from this. And I didn't even know there was an album set. That's kind of cool. La 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 na 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 na. I like how you thought it's because I thought it wasn't it was familiar to Chino's theme. Yeah, I knew it was Chino's theme. It was just that specific remix was familiar to another video I've seen, and I needed to go check. I know that it probably at first sounded a bit silly, but yeah, it's because I know it's Chino's theme, but it was just that it was a video that I watched before, all the way back when, and I didn't know this belonged to it. Okay, I'm gonna go get a pose, and we're just gonna do what's it called? Figure sketch. Hopefully in a good angle. Please stop showing like a full portrait. Let's see. This one's nice. I'll take this one. Bit low quality, but here we go. Oh, I can't really show you at the same time. Actually, wait. Yes, I can. We'll have it here. Yeah. So you can see the pose. Na 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 na. I want to go on a Futurama binge watch. Where did that come from? You can always do it. You're allowed. I never watched Futurama though. I always say to myself that I should probably do it at some point, considering how people like the show, and yet I never get on it. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. I just watched an anime and the main characters aren't funny. Oh yeah, humor. Yeah, it's... I mean, at the same time, you can say that to sitcoms. Like, they're considered comedies, but they're not funny at all. They're just funny to people who have kind of no sense of humor, you know? Which is the thing that sucks. Because it's like, oh, this is funny, but like, it's funny in a satirical sense, and it's just not funny. I would say that's kind of comparable when an anime isn't funny. It's just like, oh, it's kind of like a sitcom kind of deal where it just doesn't land, jokes don't land, and you kind of hear in the behind your head like a laugh track, I guess. I don't know. There's definitely were anime that was considered comedies and like it didn't really make me laugh at all. And some things that weren't comedies like really had some good jokes for some reason. It's interesting. Lucky Star had good bits. Yeah, they had really good bits. I mean, that's the entire point of Lucky Stars. Like, the entire humor is pretty... Again, I still I would love if they made a spin-off of Lucky Star, but taking place in the new modern age, or maybe like it's, you know, the entire cast grown up and now they're dealing with like new conveniences that bothered them in the past. I don't know. They did have good comedy because they made fun of a ton of funny stuff, and their characters were also just as interesting. One of my favorite jokes, well, one of them at least, it's not like the best joke ever, it's one that combined both in a way. Like, I forget exactly what the conversation was. Oh, that one. What does yaoi mean? And everyone just breaks. That one I love. But the one I thought I'm thinking of is where Konata and, oh god, what was the other girl's name? The other purple-haired girl that isn't a tsundere. Tsukasa. I don't remember. But they were having a conversation and they talked some stuff. And one of the lines Konata says is she calls herself stupid. And then she agrees. Unknowingly, she's like, yeah, that's right. And then they both laugh. And then the next scene is showing them two walking home, I believe. And then Konata's like, I've been thinking of something. You didn't say no when I called myself stupid. And she goes like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. And then, I don't know, that really always makes me laugh. I don't know why. What's some other jokes? I like the, I think it's in the OVA where the girls go to like holidays, so they can't play the game with their teacher anymore for a while. And then they come back and she's one-shotting everything, and they don't say anything. They just say, I think they just say like, teacher, and they point at her level. And it's not, and they don't say it. That's the thing. They don't say it. You just know that, oh, she didn't have anywhere to go. It's tragic comedy. What's some other jokes? There's some more. The Haruhi references aren't kind of really there as kind of jokes. They're just there for reference's sake. So that's one kind of downside if you're really not into Haruhi. And they keep blasting you with so many references. La 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 na 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 na. I like the joke with the police, like, was it a cousin or aunt or something? I forget. That comes over with Konata, and then like Konata's playing a rated a game that's rated higher than she's old enough to play it, and it's always like, oh, you're gonna catch me, you're gonna say something because you're a police officer, and then they leave it at that until they come back to it later with Konata and her friend. Oh right, that's a girl. That's one of the interesting characters. The one girl, isn't there that one girl that like is kind of foreign yet talks like so highly and stuff? Like she's with them, they talk about how the screen is pixelated because it's supposed to be censored, and then the police girl comes in like, what are you underage high school girls playing there? There's something that was funny. The artist girls as well. The artist girl that kept drawing the two girls in Yuri scenes is also pretty funny. It's all great. It's all good bits. So it's no wonder the show's done so well. And so remembered. I wonder about the main character tropes of being the same for Japan compared to America. Oh, character tropes. They're not the same, but they exist. And actually, that was one reason why I loved anime, because I was tired of the same kid sitcom joke back then. Now, here's the thing. I was a pretty stupid kid. I didn't take a risk with shows I watched. Believe it or not, I skipped on watching Gravity Falls at first because I just didn't like how it presented itself in the trailers, so I just avoided it despite it being one of the best shows ever. But American tropes when it comes to sitcoms or comes to like some TV shows and cartoons and stuff is always you have either the brave yet naive main character, you have some dumb character, you have some jerk character, you have some character that pushes the plot along, but the way they push it is being annoying and causing problems, so you end up hating that character. That's another character trope that sometimes appears here and there. There's no rival. Anime has the trope of having a rival. I think in cartoons it's usually either a main villain rivalry or a love interest sometimes or something like that, or doppelganger, so the evil versions or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking of like Powerpuff Girls. They had the Rowdy Rough Boys, and I'm thinking of Gravity Falls for the dumb characters and so on, and Patrick, of course, for being the kind of aloof character. Mr. Krabs being the kind of jerk character, even though he's more of a greedy, but he's still of a jerk and all that kind of stuff at times. Yeah. They have both countries have tropes for characters, but of course they are way different. In anime, you have the if you're talking harems, which I guess it is in the terms. Well, no, isekais and harems are kind of now the sitcoms of anime, I guess. You have for the main character, you'd have them mostly isekai. Yeah, you either have the dense one, that is one for harems and isekai. The dense one, you also rarely have the perverted character, but that's usually a side character. Let's see. For the girls, there's so many for girls, man. You have the tsundere, you have the the very sweet but lewd girl. You have I guess Bratty goes into tsundere. I guess I'm just reading back at the test at this point. Feminine male MC? Oh god, did I watch any anime that has that? I don't think I have. Wait, no, I think I do, but I don't remember as clearly. Okay. I can read Isekai, OP, MC, Mango Day, but watching it makes me want to watch my want to gouge my eyes out. Yeah, same. They can get pretty repetitive and uninspired at times. And even but even the good ones, if you keep watching isekais all over and over again, you would even not like the good ones. Like Konosuba is great for a comedy, but even at the time, I was kind of getting tired of the isekai trope. Like Konosuba has some problems, and if you don't find the humor funny, you're gonna hate Konosuba. It is a very meta isekai comedy sort of thing, and if you're not into that, you will not like the show, especially if you don't like the girls. If you don't like even one of the girls, you're not gonna like it. And I know someone who's streaming that was saying he got a question saying, have you watched Konosuba? And he says, yes, but I hate darkness because she's a masochist, and that's the entire joke with her. I lost my train of thought. Okay, this one's done. Fuck you. New pose. Let me go look for one. You know what anime has a ton of characters, yet they never... I guess there is the perverted one, but he doesn't always a pervert, I guess. An anime that has a lot of characters, yet makes all of them unique in their own way, is, I think, Assassination Classroom. There's probably more, but from what I've seen, that one they really try to expand every single character in the classroom. Actually, what time is it? Ah, okay. I'm gonna hold on here for a second. Just rest up, stand up, and stretch a little bit. Yeah, I should open the mic a little bit better. Oh wow, that's a lewd patchouli that I stopped at. I am so glad I'm not showing the video itself, because that would have been interesting. Goes for some calm music again. I hate emotional manipulation to get a reaction for anime. I mean, that kind of is any emotional scene in anything. It is emotional manipulation. But I don't know if there is I don't know, when you say like emotional manipulation, you're saying like it's tricking you to get emotional when it's nothing a big deal. Because like if you know it's not a big deal, then you shouldn't get emotional with it. Yeah, there's definitely time. Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna be like, why do you get emotional? But I think I got what you said. Yeah, when I don't think I've had an anime. No, I can't. Here's the thing. I do have seen anime that I do not remember, and I think you can kind of say they did emotional manipulation even if they tried. But the fact that I've forgotten that those anime is a testament on how like it really bored me and didn't deserve its emotional resolution and stuff. But there's some that do try, and they make it work well. I can't think of big examples without spoiling, obviously. I think the one that gets me a little bit, at least in the messed up dark sort of sense, is Happy Sugar Life. But I kind of rain too much praise for that one. So I just really like it, despite how messed up it is. It's probably even more messed up anime than that. But I think it handles the dark topic well. And it does leave in a slight happy ending. It's what's the ending called? What do you call that kind of ending? Not a bleak ending. It's damn, I can't think of it. It's called something. It's not a happy ending. It's a I can't think of it. It's a happy ending. It's a happy ending, but there's just one thing that that takes it from being a truly happy ending. And so it's just, yeah, a lot of good things happened, and you know, everything's fine, you know, everything turned out fine, but there's that one thing that still hasn't been solved, and you know, it's still there. Yeah, I just don't know what the word is. Like throwaway villains, MC enters an adventurous guild and gets an obvious how that's destined to beat up for catharsis. Oh. Have I seen something like that? I can't say I have, but I do know what you're talking about. It is annoying when that happens. I'm gonna choose this image unless I find a better one. Bittersweet, yes, it's a bittersweet ending. It's a bittersweet ending because yes, a lot of good things happen, like a lot of good things, and most of the problems were solved. But there is that one thing that prevents it from being a truly happy ending, and it becomes a bittersweet ending. And that, I don't know if it's just me. Honestly, I don't know if it's just me, but I really like bittersweet or sometimes bleak endings, because there's a lot of shows now that kind of stop. They kind of really want the happy ending, you know? And sometimes the happy ending kind of prevents the message from truly getting through. Like, if you have a world that's like so terrible and everything, and like they barely scrape by, it kind of feels wrong to have a happy ending, because if the message was that the world sucks and unless there's something changed, Naruto's in. I haven't seen Naruto, so if that's the case, then maybe. But also kinda Mother 3 has kind of the same ending. It might be slight spoilers, but the ending is very cut and dry. A little bit. It is very emotional. I'm not gonna say it takes away the emotional value. However, the ending is kind of, it's a strange ending. It has all the characters telling you. It sounds weird when I say telling you, but it is still emotional. Trust me, because you type in your name and everything, you're emotionally invested. They all have you say, tell you like, oh, everything is fine, like everyone is fine and everything, but they never show you what happened after. They just say everything's okay, don't worry about it, you can go now. So it leaves it up to the player to decide what exactly happens in the end. And while that's fine for, you know, Mother 3, which even Earthbound, despite its themes, does have a happy ending, so it kind of fits well, I guess. There are some games and shows that don't do this, where the message is supposed to be really bleak, yet they somehow end the series on a happy note, and it's like, the message would have been a lot deeper if it wasn't happy. My characters take flaws and intensify it by 10 times. God, I really want to make a comic, a web comic or something like that has an ending that is bleak, that isn't a really happy ending, where the flaws cost a lot of damage, and even though everything is all saved in the end and everyone is a lot like, you know, humanity as a whole is better, there was a lot of losses in the end or something like that. That is, you know, just the soft way of doing it. And then there's the really hard way. I want to make a webcomic or some manga or whatever where the heroes like fail, like they absolute fail. Not like a, oh, we'll try again later, but like an absolute actual failure. If you want to know what kind of failure I'm thinking, think Infinity War. Like that kind of fail that wraps everything up. Downer ending. That it doesn't make you feel empowered or anything like that. It doesn't make you feel like their mistakes and stuff were good. That it actively gives you the message of, if I don't do something, this is gonna happen to me. ReZero, I haven't seen the anime though, neither have I. I know the main character dies and then they keep dying. That's all I know about it though. Yeah, there is We Won, but at what cost ending. But that's usually like a character death. Okay, that's usually a character death. And that makes that, usually that's sort of like hero sacrifices himself for the sake of humanity kind of deal, you know? That is common, but I want to attempt to see if I can write a story where they literally just outright fail the entire thing, where the sacrifices wasn't enough, like a sacrifice wasn't enough, or a flaw gets in a final flaw gets in the way that prevents whatever they were trying to do, you know, complete and everything. I don't know. But super rare is the attempt was looking good, but you lost at the end. Yeah. Currently, Tito's looking at ending tropes. I mean, see if you find anything good. To know where that idea came from, have any of you watched Peanut Butter Gamers Minecraft Hardcore on their YouTube channel on PBG Gameplay, because that's where the idea came from. Season, I think, 5 of Minecraft Hardcore is kind of more, because it felt like there were many losses, many mistakes done, many flaws that got in the way, many things that weren't careful or wasn't taken care of, a lot of things that went bad. Yet it kept feeling like you know, that no, I probably shouldn't spoil it. Maybe not season 5. I don't know, it's been a while. You can watch the other seasons, I guess. But in one of the hardcore seasons that I won't mention, they get to, like, a ton of mistakes happened. Like mentioning one example, running Steins Gate Zero follows a bad end timeline. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, in one of the hardcore seasons, like, I think that ending falls well in line with your idea. I would be willing to watch it if I started watching anime again. So I'll keep that in my mind to get into that. Also, this pose is going so wrong. Okay, I need to speed this up. So that's like, it's like hand. That's they have a little bandana arm in here, and then they have like body that doesn't really puff out like that. It's just like this, and then they have a little stanchion right here, and then like they're holding a gun, like right. So hang on, this is, I didn't even draw the face. God damn it. Okay, the shape of face is right here, and it's too big. That's not an anime face. That is fucking Jesus. Okay, that's where the eyes is. Head is kind of here, so this is like the head shape, and then goes up here, and then neck goes a bit back because the neck is kind of curved. So this is kind of like the back. So they are actually kind of curved, despite what the so it's like their pose is like this. It's an S shape, as most bodies are, and I sometimes keep forgetting. They have a little ponytail. I don't know why it took so long to do this. My God, this is why I'm so slow when it comes to commissions and stuff. Okay. You have their hair like, oh no, not like that. They have their hair like this. Okay, now I can draw the gun. So they have this finger, and then you have the other hands, and then there's the hand square thingy, and then this thing goes here, and there you go. That's the pose. That's a terrible hand. Okay. I want to make a webcomic based on Factorio. Drew the cover, but I can't write for shit. Start with small stories, short stories. If you can write short stories and people like them, then you can start eventually writing your big idea. I say I want to make a webcomic, as I said, a few minutes ago, but I know I haven't written anything for shit, and I should start by drawing small stories, which is actually where the idea of making that hentai doujin and the chair manga panel came from. Was me it was basically just practice for when I actually wanted to make a manga. Can I storyboard this correctly? Can I do this? They were short. They weren't anything important. But I just mattered if, does it look right to me? Do people like it? And then if that was okay, then I can start working on the bigger projects. I always want to make 4-Koma comics on incorrect Toho quotes. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen that account in forever. I guess no one has been. I turned off retweets or whatever. I would love to see that, because that is funny. Isn't there one of like Raisin being like smoking on a carrot? That one is really nice. I would love to see that. And with it being 4-Koma, and if you do that consistently, you could probably become like another big Toho community artist figure. I thought of doing that. I thought of doing like Paris comics, like the holding a carrot like a cigar. Yes, that one. That one is so good. I kept thinking of wanting to do like Paris comics, like Don't Cry Paris, like that one. But instead it's just like kind of like, you know, Renzi just having like 4-coma panels or something, stuff like that. And I did make some in the past, but I can't keep that up consistently because I kept wanting to draw other things. And having a big popularity on you know, Twitter and stuff like that would be nice, but I just didn't feel dedicated enough to do it. Especially because I had to keep thinking in my head that just because I'm popular on Twitter doesn't mean my problems are solved. I still have to deal with my stuff all the time. And yeah, I guess I could have commissions to, you know, afford stuff as well. It's still not going to be nearly as enough to solve everything, you know? So every time I thought of like, man, I really want to like be popular and I should do comics like Yormi and sometimes Wool, and what's it called, Menfo. They don't, some of those don't do comics anymore, but they're still good artists from history. Yeah, it was still always like, I would, but I don't feel not motivated. I do not want to use the word motivated. I just don't feel like it's worth it. It's not worth it to go through that much. I like Toho, but Jesus, to draw just Paris stuff all the time. Oh wait, there is a comic here. It's not 4-coma, but it's just 3 panels, so I guess that works. I get one incomplete sketch for one incorrect Toho clothes. I'm gonna send you via DMs. Ooh, sweet. The leg should be longer. Damn it. Ow. Jesus. I pushed my back a little bit too much. Let's see. Oh, that's not you. I got a DM, but it wasn't Renz. It was player. La la. La 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 la. This is the music I'm talking about. God. Is that a gun? I can't see from this. Hang on, let me zoom in. Yup, yeah, that's a Doom gun, I think. That would be nice if you want to finish it. I won't force you to though. God, I feel bad when like I encourage people with art and then I don't retweet their work because I just still don't want to clog up my Twitter. BFG, okay. Let's draw another pose. No. By the way, if you want to do the same thing I'm doing, or at least using the sites I'm doing, there is a site called, okay, Quick Poses, pose library for figure drawing. So they're pretty great for just reading random nude / not nude pictures to study from. And then there's this other site that is used for like kind of clothing, but also just like kind of neutral poses, called The Girl Not Naked, that has a ton of pictures. The problem is she's usually in clothing, obviously by the title, and it's not really good for sketching, but it is good for a lot of clothing sketches, so that is something to look out for. The fuck was that picture? I use e-hentai for my poses. I mean, that works as well. That does work. I did get some of the art books from there. Wait, art isn't just magic? It is not. Oh, wait, no, shit. Damn it, that was a good pose. No, give me that one again. I think this is an anime pose, too. And there's me using Design Doll to make... What is Design Doll? Never heard of that one. Oh, wait, is this a 3D modeler? Oh, it is. I mean, 3D models are great if you don't have a pose yourself and you need some references on like and like, you know, more animated kind of deal. And especially for more exaggeration. But if you want like realistic anatomy studies, then you should do, you know, real people, because it's realistic for a reason and all that kind of jazz. Yeah, I can't use rigs. I end up relying on them way too much. Yeah, same. Well, actually, no. I don't use a lot of 3D. I think it's actually kind of a hassle sometimes. I have used it a few times. I think the Helltaker Pandemonia art, actually, I did use 3D, but yeah. Okay, this head's way too here. I'm just trying to sketch out like the general stuff so that I know proportions are right, because proportions also just good. I know like proportions, you have to like put your pen out. That's like what they teach you in art classes, like put your pen out, like measure with your finger and like count them and everything, but that is a hassle, and eventually you start to get used to you know, checking the anatomy with just your eyes, even if it's incorrect and all the times. And I'm just stupid because I'm not an art major and you shouldn't be listening to what I'm saying. I'm also so cold. You know, you don't have a heater on. No heater, oof. Heat up by the warmth of my hug. Let's go with this arrangement. This one's a little better. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. Let's go to the original. Give me a sec. Where's the original? Yeah. No, you know, I'm just gonna... Cody, how's your handwriting? Shit. I know there's a classic joke of if you're an artist, your handwriting must be good. Here is my handwriting. It is terrible, and that's with a pen with like pen pressure. Let me go do like with no pen pressure. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's god awful. I have the worst handwriting ever, and it's really funny when like someone, I think I had someone in my class being like, man, your handwriting must be great, and then I show them a paper of like an assignment I'm working on, and he's like, oh, I guess that stereotype is broken because of you. My handwriting is just completely different than on paper. I'm living for myself now. I guess. And yeah, Renz, I also agree. I like winter more than summer. Not just because I have a bias with snowflakes and the ice powers and or whatever, but just because you can, it's comfy. Actually, I had a discussion with some people of like which season is better, winter or summer, and everyone said like, oh yeah, like winter is totally better, because you can cover up, you don't have to, summer you can't get any more naked and everything, and you have to cool down. And then like my dad barges in and he's like, well, winter is where diseases happen more, and it was like, oh right. But I still prefer winter. Also less bugs, because heat attracts bugs for some reason. I don't know why. That's bugs. You know how people depict little pigs writing letters? That's me, but it's something common for people like me. Oh, I think like how back in my childhood, my parents kind of actually sat me like in the middle of the night to practice my handwriting because it was so bad in my homework. They wanted me real bad to get better at my handwriting, and that hasn't changed since. I think I've gotten worse. And guess what? It was even worse because I got used to drawing with pens or writing with pens. I don't know what made me think this was a good idea back in high school, but I kind of got addicted to writing with pens instead of pencils. And eventually with some classes, you do have to write in pen instead of pencil or have it typed and everything. But in high school when it wasn't required, I still wrote with pen. So if I made a spelling mistake or my writing was god-awful, I either had to use whiteout or use some other method to scribble it out and replace it with other stuff. Crayon writing. Yeah, dry air goes further, humid air goes slower. I heard that they intentionally make the air humid or dry in indoor baseball fields to make the ball go faster or go farther or yeah. I don't know why they to take advantage and stuff. What's in the Toho Twitter? Ooh, that's neat. A little filter on art. I keep thinking if I should do that, but it's always like, I don't want to cheat my art into making it look good. But maybe someday I will. I did get some filters. I actually did get some filters today. So if I start using them, you know what happens. But I don't think it would actually cover up the fact that my art still sucks. Also, this pose is actually kind of hard. Well, I guess that was the intention, but still. Okay, let me redo this. This is the body. I think that's way too low. Alright, that works a little better. That's the head. Jacket. And then there it goes like if this connects to here, then there's some distance. La 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 ba da. Okay, I think this music already been on loop and I didn't realize. Let's go to the actual original Sanctuary Guardian. The original. The whole what meme that came from this song, I I'm just happy that something in from Earthbound became a meme. I don't know if that ever happened before, specifically to Earthbound, so I'm happy for that. Now every time I listen to that part, I just keep thinking about that meme, and I hate it, but at the same time I love it. Oh, Earthbound is good, man. Earthbound is good. I need to play that new game that came out recently, and I forgot what it was, but it's like supposedly dark and Earthbound inspired. Alright, Cody, gotta go now. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. See ya, Renz. It was nice talking to you. Another day you can come by, or maybe VC. That would be nice. And remember, before you go, Renz, remember, only 8,738 hours left of the year. Spend it wisely. I'll see you later. Speaking of which, only got like 45 minutes left, so we are good. Bye, Bun. Purple, you like bunnies, right? I'm surprised you don't post a lot of rabbits. I would invite Chair to my server of rabbits, but he likes chickens instead, so that's heresy in my server. I had a joke where there were some users talking about how like cats were way better. Cats were way better than bunnies. I'm like, no, bunnies are better. You're in my server, you have to say it. And they're like, well, you didn't make us sign a contract. So then in like the server rules, I updated the rules to say, by joining the server, you agreed that bunnies above all else are the best species on Earth, and you cannot say any other species are better. We like to have fun in our server, in my server. I don't actively look for animal pics. Ah, okay. I wanted to get a bunny bot, or like a bot that would post from Twitter accounts that post just rabbits. Like rabbits every hour would be a good fit, so that there will always be a picture of rabbits in that server. It's not like entirely always about rabbits. It is an art server at the end of the day, but the theme is around rabbits. And the reason for that is because I do not like when servers, well, no, not that I do not like when servers do this. It was more of a personal thing. I just didn't like the idea of like being like calling it like Cody's server or whatever, and having this whole like there are other artists that I'm in servers that like they have a channel specifically for themselves and their art that no one can talk in or send pictures at, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, and I just want everyone to share like the art channel, not have exclusively my stuff there, you know. So yeah, it's my server, but it's not like, you know, it's themed after rabbits to not be like, hey, this is my stuff, enjoy it because you're in the server, right? You know. It's just a personal thing. It's not like something I will force on other people to be like, yeah, you can't do this because it just, you know, it's ego or whatever. Nah, it's just more of a thing that I think like, yeah, I think I want to do this instead. I don't want to do similar to other stuff. Eh. Hand tired. Alright, I could do another pose, but instead I think the thing that's messing me up the most of this is the jacket. Like right here it's hard to tell like when it ends, when it begins. Like I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like the body is, if I switch to red here, it feels like the body is curving this way. Like this is where the head seems to be going, but the body seems like it's going this way, so it seems like the head should be like over here instead, which is really messing me up. Because the hands are blocking it and everything, and I don't know how to make this work. I mean, I kind of do. I can shape the head a little bit so that it fits well with the chin here. And then draw the sketch out the hair. You know what's there's a song track in a video game that I didn't notice until someone in like the comments of when I was watching the OST pointed it out. But in Kid Icarus Uprising, they have a joke with the music of all things. So there's a part where like aliens are invading, and the joke with the aliens is that they're organizing everything. So like usually Palutena's like grind rails are usually curved and circular and everything, but when she places them in the alien space for you to ride on, it's straight and organized. And they make fun. They have like, you know, they talk about like man, it's kind of this grind rail is kind of weird. Maybe they messed it up or something and everything. And I didn't realize this happened to the music as well. The music starts off with like some horn. Actually, I can play it right now. What the hell am I doing? Kid Icarus Uprising. What's the stage called? You see how it has the like little violins, and then it goes rise up, and then immediately goes down into this song instead. And I never realized that in itself was a joke. I didn't realize even they made a joke to the music, and I'm so happy that person said it, because that makes me like this music so much more in another detail sort of sense. Alright. Alright, I could continue with this mess, but I think I'm good with this. I think you can tell that this is like, you know, forward and everything. Or not, you know, I don't expect to be perfect with these poses. This is why it's a study after all. You're supposed to suck at it at first, and then you get better over time. But I don't want to leave at just sketching notes. I am going to go... Is this music too loud? I'll put it down a little bit. I'm gonna go try to color in and finish this. Well, that's saying this is kind of harsh. Finish the Cow Toho and see how that ends up being. Which means I have to close all this. No, don't do that. Did I put away the references? I did. I think I did put away the references. Okay. What other music is there here? Oh, hang on. Yeah, why not? Open even more references. Stop doing that. You can never have too many references. I guess. That is not the place I wanted you to be, but sure. So the reason you're thinking of like why were all those unrelated to the character you're drawing is because they are not. They're based on how I like to color and line art. Like this raisin, I would love to color and line art as good as this raisin, so I have it as a reference, not as a reference for this character I'm drawing, but just for this is the kind of coloring I wish to achieve, you know. And now to start the second hard part. Actually, I think the final boss is a lot. Oh no, wait, is it this one maybe? Yeah, this one's this. I think this is the boss thing. I haven't played the game myself, but this soundtrack is really, really good, and man, it's great sometimes. Heck yeah, Urami gets so much art now. Well, you have to, right? Everyone's doing it. It's the year of, I think, is just cow or is it something else that's just related to cow? Might as well, right? Plus, I was planning to draw a lot of Touhoos anyway, but because Oxbow cow, oh, okay. But since like, hey, I wanted to draw Touhoos anyway for like profile pictures and everything for practice and all that. But like, hey, everyone's drawing Urami. Why not start with her? You know, a perfect excuse. During the train while it's January, I guess. Yeah. Is this specifically just to favor the Touhou community and to giving me more likes and stuff? Yeah. But is it something that I am willing to do because I feel like it and wholeheartedly my goal is to just get better? I'm just using Touhou characters with their intricate designs as an excuse to draw said characters? Yeah. So I don't feel too bad about it. If I was forcing myself to draw stuff in order for the likeness, then I wouldn't feel too good. But because I actually do want to draw the Touhou characters and, practice my, I guess, bust up, portfolio on their faces and everything, yeah, it's worth it. The tricky part about her, though, is the different colored hair. And what color is her horns? Oh, it's just straight red. Okay. Sometimes I also have to be careful of using fan art as references because they don't canonically stick with the design, and that's something I have to choose whether or not to follow. And then also it might make it obvious who I'm taking the reference from. So like the hair might be different, and I could just not even realize I'm taking it I'm not copy, but using that as a reference. And then until I look at the official art and be like, oh, that's not how her hair is, people are gonna know instantly what reference I used. I'm gonna use like a reddish. Hang on, okay, it's not flipped, it's not flipped. I just need to make sure it's not flipped, otherwise it would be mirrored and it wouldn't make sense. This side. Yeah, this side is... Oh, they have a oh, it has a gradient? Does she have a gradient in her hair, or is it just straight black and white? It looks in the art she has a little bit of gray, but I can't tell if that's shading or just... Yeah, like literally every fan artist drawing it with just pure black and white, so... I assume I'm in the clear. Though that would be interesting to shade it. Okay. Never draw Marisa with blue eyes. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot with yeah, yellow eyes, but then again I also seen some with blue eyes, which is kind of weird. And again, I kind of like blue eyes, so I forgive it. Immature artist copy, great artist steal. You're not wrong in that sentence, sadly enough. You're not wrong. It's sad, but yeah, you're not wrong. Everyone might hate you when you find out, but that's just how thievery works. You just can't get caught. Why would you give Raisin human ears, period? There's a joke about that. Hang on. Wait. No, you don't give characters with like rabbit or dog ears human ears, because that wouldn't make sense. They have four ears because of that. Here, hang on. Here, there's a comic. There's a comic that makes fun of Raisin having human ears. The only case I see is Rin, who somehow officially have both kind. Oh wait, Rin? Hang on. Touhou. Does she? Oh. Hellcat. That's weird. 'Cause you're right. She does have human ears or pointy ears in the artwork, or it looks like that. It could be misinterpreted or whatever, but yeah, there's a lot of artists that draw her with another pair of human ears. The other thing is there's also a ton of art of the ears being blocked by her. Well, the reason you wouldn't have a humanoid character have ears is because they would have 4 ears. They would have both. They would have both, you know, the rabbit ears and the human ears. And if you look at science, the rabbit ears are scientifically better than human ears. Like if you have a dog humanoid girl, why bother having human ears when the dog ears have much better hearing? They don't have wings when humans don't. I mean, if she has wings, it's not like humans have wings. Like okay, hang on. It's still weird. Okay, you know what? You made me do this. Hang on. You made me do the cursed. You made me do this. This is your punishment. Okay. I'm wasting time here. I need to finish this. We only have 30 minutes left. Oh my god. I'm definitely going to use multiply for this hair. Bad comparison. I don't care. You shut up. That's your punishment for for saying such bold words. Oh my god. I didn't say this was him. Red, red, red. How red is this horn gonna be? Also, I'm not kidding. The layer that has the horn outline is called horny. So you can't say shit. However, my persona might change. I don't get away from the bunny themes or anything remotely looks like a raisin. Yeah, I guess. From the communities I was in, it was always weird to see a character that has like bunny or cat ears having also human ears, because it just made no sense. But then again, now that I'm even thinking about the concept, I guess in a way it does still make sense, despite I don't like it. I do not like the idea of it, but it still kind of makes sense. For reason they do it because haha they're fake. Oh, that one. Hang on. That one I have a solution. I have a solution for the racing deal. Hang on. You might have seen this picture. So this is probably not a big surprise to you, but now you see what I thought Raisin ears would have fit well was that her ears were nailed on because she's like a robot. At least that's just a funny idea I had. But this one is also an interesting one where there are covers to protect your ears. You seen that picture, or this is your first time seeing it? Because it's supposed to be like pretty common. I've seen it before. Oh, okay. Wait, then what makes sense? The covers or the robot thing? You know how moon rabbits communicate with their ears, right? I did not know that. Raisin does not want to deal with the moon, so she covers up her ears so she can't listen to them. That is actually kind of clever. Would Dormy have human ears? I guess at this point it's really a preference whether or not you want her to have human ears. I guess it's just a preference. What color is this? Just grayed out yellow. Ugh, that's disgusting. I'm gonna make it I'm gonna make it a little bit more orange, and hopefully it won't look terrible. At this point, you can say literally any anime cat, dog, fish, shark girl has also human ears with the animal ears as well. Might as well. Might as well. She has human ears on her pillow. La la. Should I make this? That's too light. But again, I don't want to make it too yellow. So I think right here is a good place. Oh, explanation from Komodo friends? Oh god. That's a thing when even canon Toho is drawn by different artists. That is true. Not even canon Toho is technically canon. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. That's what makes Toho so special to me. Because in one sense, like anyone can make their own Gensokyo and their own stories and make it real, you know? That's why I'm kind of like really happy with the Osana Reimu ending with them explaining like there's different Gensokyos out there and like everyone came up with their own versions and Gensokyo and Osana Reimu is just another version of Gensokyo, or they're not trying to make it their own thing, you know? Oh fuck, I forgot a line art here. Everyone has their own alternate fan stories, yeah. But here's the difference. Here's the thing. You might have realized this, but if I'm raining praise for Toho for its storytelling and the community making up their own stories and doujins, why do I hate the AU Undertale fandom? Well, because it's dumb. There's a difference between an alternate universe being boldly presented with the own universe of the stories, and then there's Undertale's version, and then just Toho's a lot more cleaner. Yes, I do. Now, to its credit, I did read a little bit of Underfall, which is the everything is reversed Undertale. That one is kind of nice. I will admit, I do kind of like the concept of if the one I've read is where Frisk is with Flowey the entire time, and Flowey is tired of living in the world. And that one is kind of nice. I do enjoy that one. But I didn't read much past after that because I kind of got the gist of it in its just few seconds of it. Everything is just backwards. It's not an interpretation of the story in a new way. It's not addressing different topics or character struggles. It is just, it's Undertale, but reverse, you know? A lot of Toho's stories with the community is addressing things that aren't quite clear or a different version of how these characters would react in different situations. Advent Chiro is not a big example. Under Her Tale? Oh no. I can tell what that is. Like, there's one. Advent Chiro is kind of a bad example because it is Toho, but like it's supposed to be like Final Fantasy VII, right? With Cherno's big sword and everything. Which that one is more of like, what if, Toho was in, a Final Fantasy kind of, or RPG-ish kind of deal. But there are good ones. Like, there's one doujin. They're both silly, but also interpretations of characters. Yukari Balloon is an interesting, funny one. There's a lot of... one of my favorites is Flandog, where Flandre turns into a little dog, and everyone is just dealing with that for a while. And it might seem kind of dumb at first, but it's really it's also a little character study into Flandre, because she compliments of how she was treating Flandre before, and maybe the reason why Flandre is a dog is because she's been shutting her sister out for so long. Adventure has some nice designs. They do have some nice designs. I'm just saying story-wise and universe-wise. What's another doujin that I remember reading that I love a lot? There are some sad ones. Oh, wait. Okay, Channel 123 is fine, but I'm kind of avoiding Yuri. I'm avoiding the shipping for a second. I'm purely going for character interpretations. Another one is the Immortal Girls going past when everyone has died and going to the end of the universe. That one is really nice because, again, it's not just characters in different situations than you're used to. How funny. It's these characters who are immortal dealing with the fact that now they're at the end of the universe. What are they going to do? The fact that Eren immediately tries to find a way to kill herself to end her mortality is one one character idea that is kind of dark, but again, it just fits well. And then finding a solution to reset the universe, kind of Futurama style in a way, honestly, is another interesting thing. And really going to the thing that makes it so perfect is how it ends. They reset the universe to go they reset the universe to go, perfectly the same as it was. They get to meet Reimu and Marisa and all that again. And then they end up back in Imperishable Night, completing the cycle and it being a real imperishable night, because the night has happened yet again. It is never ending in another sense. It's never ending as in it's always night. It's never ending because it's another loop. Yeah, it is really interesting, and I really like that one. Instead of, haha, it's Undertale, but the characters are different. Papyrus is actually threatening. Like, that one's nice, but it's just different characters in another situation, Glitch stance, yeah, it's just like stuff like that. It's not really character interpretations or deep thought. And you don't need to know in Touhou that a doujin is an alternate universe. You just know that it's an interpretation of someone else. I forgot the term they call it in Osana Reimu, but they don't say it's an alternate universe. They just say it's another Gensokyo. Which one do you have? Glitch Reimu was an antagonist in Gensokyo Wonder. Okay. Fair, but that's a game, not a doujin. That doesn't count. Haha. That doesn't count. I just want another music CD and see what Maribel and Renko are up to in the near future or of the outside world. I would like to see that as well. It would be nice. Man, they're projected into the world of Gensokyo, right? I always thought they actually got into it, kind of like Don't Starve. Like, they can get in, but they can't really get out as easily. But no, I think, I asked the friends, are they really there or not? And they're like, oh no, they're projections. And I'm like, God damn it. I think this way is way more complicated, to be honest, I guess. I kind of like that they fall into a gap and they just have to escape. The same thing with Renko. Wait, no, that's not the girl. What was it? Zumeriko. They're actually in the world. They can jump in between and fro and stuff. Oh, another... I do have my own Gensokyo. I do have my own version of Gensokyo of what events take place, what is canon in my Gensokyo, what is not, and all that. One thing that I enjoy is Marisa leaving Gensokyo for a while until coming back when Renko and Maribel or Sumeriko come. Oh no, actually no, not Sumeriko. Just because she wants to learn the modern, because of Notori and her inventions, she wants to go to the real world because to learn new to learn science and magic. And so she leaves for a while until coming back by the portal that Renko and Maribel cause. Oh, what's this? Hi, player. Yes, those are boobs. I hope you like them. Is Notori a space traveler in your headcanon? I have no reason to believe Notori was at any point involved with space whatsoever. I need to catch up on Touhou lore. How be the Cody? I'm doing good. It's New Year's. Lots of cool things happened. Interesting stuff came by. Got to eat real good. Just studying art and everything. There's gonna be a lot more art and stuff later. I'm gonna have to learn how to make the Pitcost game. And while I am glad to start learning how to do gaming and all that, the struggle I have is not I had to do game coding. It's I have to learn how to do something, and that is the hard part that I hate. I hate learning, but it's required. Too much evidence of Maribel being Yukari, actually. Well, the other way around. Oh, right. I kept thinking that Maribel was like a younger Yukari, that she was like she's gonna take Yukari's place. That's what I thought, at least. Again, I don't read a lot of Gensokyo lore, or Touhou lore. I just see it and be like, huh, that's an interesting connection. Cannon. Nice. Return to my lurking. Okay. See ya, player. The stream's about to end, so you're fine. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Oh yeah, thanks to the compliment, the Rush secret art for Karma. Oh, I think that's amazing. Listen, mine is rushed. Mine was just a doodle. I'm amazed that you did that so quickly and also so good. That is such a good piece. I don't see your art a lot of the time, and it's surprising whenever you do post art because it's like, wow, it's actually good art. Unlike mine pieces of trash where I work on them for weeks and then end up with nothing. I don't know if anyone else is gonna do it, so I'm glad at least one person did draw something for Karma. I know it made it seem like everyone had to draw for Karma, but I certainly did not intend for that. I knew there were someone that would be like, well, everyone else is drawing for Karma, so I don't have to draw for Karma. And like, that was fine. As long as one person drew it and Karma's happy, I'm happy as well. Just kind of sucks that somehow Karma was, again, not received a gift. Like last year, as he said, he did not receive the gift and I had to do it later. So it's kind of weird of that it happened again. Yeah, it happened twice. So it's kind of funny at the same time, like, Jesus, Karma, why do you have bad luck on this? The eyes just don't look good for some reason. I don't know what is it with the eyes that just never, they're never good. Yeah, I'm gonna... It's a bit shameless, but I'm gonna see if I can eye drop and take reference from these other drawings to see if there's a way to improve them. Because eyes is one thing that that also is kind of hard to make do for some reason. I don't know why. I love the eye drop tool. I love it too. Just don't abuse it. Don't get another artwork and then eye drop what the color it's using on yours, because the problem with that is that your drawing may be unsynced with your color palette instead of the one you're trying to copy from. So like, yeah, some of these colors are eye dropped, but like this one, like for the I don't know what you would call that, for the shirt thing. Yeah, I dropped it a little bit, but I changed it a little bit brighter and everything. Like here, hang on. Like here's the original one. This one is, if I can eye drop it. This one is slightly a little bit more orange, but a little also a bit shaded. And then this one is a lot more brighter yellow and a lot more saturated toward the white. Sure, I try not to abuse it. Yeah, that's the life lesson when it comes to the eyedropper tool. You just don't abuse. You don't abuse the eyedropper tool the same way you shouldn't abuse your children, unless you're the engineer. I love that picture where it's like, as an engineer, your sentries are like your children. Hit them to make them work harder. God, I miss that. I have a custom HUD, so I don't get to see the tooltips anymore, but man, that one's a good one. It's unofficial, obviously. That would be terrible if it was official, but it's still funny. Then again, there's still an item in the game that makes Scout up to be a pedophile, so maybe it wouldn't be out of left field to have that joke in the game. Sweet God, the game gives you an achievement for dominating someone and having them leave the server. So, yeah, it's definitely no hand-holdy. Have you ever tried just turning off the TV, sitting down with your children and hitting them? God, that's awful. Oh, speaking of TV, does the alien thing still happen in New Horizons like it does in New Leaf? I know it happens on a certain day. And maybe I haven't been sawing that. So, I'll see if we can do that, because that's an event in Animal Crossing that I at least want to experience. You know, just out on a whim. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. We have a pizza left over, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna, because I already ate some like earlier. Oh man, I guess I'll just eat some burritos or something. Brain dead. Okay. I'm gonna leave this until tomorrow because I can probably get like the shaded. I can probably get the shade stuff like completed in the morning before I usually post it. Unless I don't want to rush it either though. So that'll probably take another day as I get started on something else as well. Ba-dum, 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 bam, 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 na. First day of dieting down. Ooh. You sound like Deva. You sound like Deva humming to the music. I just like music, man. If I hum, that's just my fault because I just love doing that, okay? Don't judge me. I'm very sensitive. Also, I didn't know he hummed to the music, so I'm gonna have to check out on his streams later so I can catch him doing that, because that sounds adorable. I'm gonna shade this a little bit better. Bam, ba, 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 bam. Plus, this music is just really nice because I like some good guitar, and I also like just like some good feeling notes. And this is just the best, one of the best soundtracks. Honestly, you can't deny that. That is like sounds really, really good. And if you deny it, then I'm sorry, man. I gotta vote you off. Why aren't I using this brush? The thing you have to be careful about is that some shades are like there's a simple way and a hard way. You can just do like a one shake and then be done with it, but then you want to do like a little darker one. Like that's generally how to go, different levels of shading. You don't want to go full on overboard with you know, blurring and everything, because then it just looks a mess. But also you want to have layers of, you know, color and stuff. And this looks too dead. I need to change this to... Can I... Okay. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't look like a shade, but it is a shade. It's a colorful shade, and that's the kind of stuff I want. Okay. So like, it like adds to the color a little bit, and then we're gonna do a deeper shade after it. And then after that, home free. By the way, something else. The Hat in Time DLC, every time rift has like a storybook section where you get to know the details of the like the world you just finished and everything, so you get to know a little backstory. And for the one for the metro station, I thought I was gonna get something for like, you know, the backstory of the cat lady and why she steals and everything, but no, it turns out to be the story of the Roomba of all things. Can't say, I don't want to say like I'm kind of disappointed on that as well, but at the same time, like it was if I just focus on the level itself, it was a pretty good time rift. Though I really hate the picture books and how you can miss them, so I always have to end up replaying the level just once so I can get that last picture. It's like playing Yoshi's Island and missing that one red coin and then have to play the level all over again just so you can get 100%. Which I did beat Yoshi's Island, but I definitely did not beat it 100% yet. Someday I will though. Who knows when that day would be. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave it for here for today. I'm gonna finish this up tomorrow. Alright, well, we only got 3 viewers. I'm kinda sad. Because usually we get 7. We got 10 last time on its own. You didn't had like Chair to help out or anything, so I guess it's just a high point. No big raid, plus there's a lot of people raiding that I don't know even who to start. What did I even start with? Okay, I'm gonna start with a few options. If you don't have anything cheaty. Leaflet is doing Dungeons and Dragons? That's weird. Class is doing art. Actually, you know what? Let's just raid. Yeah, let's just raid Klaus because who? Oh, he should remember these names by now. Okay, but I think we're gonna do Klaus. He's doing art. He's the only one doing art that I know of. And since it's been a long time since I've done art, and it's been a long time since I've seen him and everything, yeah, I think I'm gonna go and pay him a visit. So next time on stream, which will be on Monday, yeah, next time will be on Monday. I don't know what we're gonna do exactly. We could do more Superstar Saga or just play some normal games as well. Whichever it is, I hope to see you there. See you guys. I forget there's a timer that waits for the raid. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Yeah, we'll do Superstar Saga for now. We'll do probably another game. I don't think we'll do art immediately. It will be alternating like from game to art to game. And also, Paper on the Thousand Year Door is not working. So we could also do Paper on the Thousand Year Door. I would love to do a Paper on the Thousand Year Door because we couldn't do that in years. All right, with that being said, see you guys next time.